Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Allahumma arina al-haqqa haqqan warzuqna ittiba'a wa arina al-batila batilan warzuqna ijtinaba. Allahumma ighfir lana warhamna warda 'anna wa taqabbal minna wa adkhilna al-jannata wa najjina min an-nar wa aslih lana sha'nana kullahu. Today inshallah we'll recite Hadith 5138. وعن النعمان بن بشير رضي الله تعالى عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم مثل المدهن في حدود الله والواقع فيها مثل قوم استحموا سفينة فصار بعضهم في أسفلها وصار بعضهم في أعلاها فكان الذي في أسفلها يمر بالماء على الذين في أعلاها فتعزوا به فأخذ فعسا فجعل ينقر أسفل السفينة فأتوه فقالوا ما لك قال تعزيتم به ولا بد لي من الماء فإن أخذوا على يديه أنجوه ونجوا أنفسهم وإن تركوه أهلكوه وأهلكوا أنفسهم. Rawahul Bukhari. So this is a beautiful hadith narrated by Nu'man bin Bashir radhiyallahu ta'ala anhu, and he said that Rasulullah have given a beautiful example of the aspect of Amar bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy anil Munkar. And in this beautiful example you will know that how we are all together in this aspect of protecting ourselves from doing any sinning or breaking the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but also it is the responsibility that whosoever is under our control, meaning if we are the household, head of the household, if Allah has given you authority and power on people, then you have to make sure you protect them from breaking the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by the people at large. So Rasulullah said that whatever people who does not pay any attention in establishing the hudud of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then Rasulullah gave an example of those kind of people and says that you are in a boat, and the boat is that you are on the higher deck on the boat and there are people on the lower deck on the boat, and the people who are sitting on the higher deck, they are the one who are responsible, who are higher in status, who have all the authority and the know how to control everyone. And the people who are on the lower deck, they are the one who are in this simile is the one who are basically the people who are being ruled by the higher deck people. And the people from the lower deck, they want to get some water, and the water is available on the top, the higher level where the people are sitting on the top. So the people from the lower level come up to the higher level and wants to get the water, and that makes the people at the higher level not very happy, and they says that why you keep coming up and make water from here, and you make our life very unpleasant. We don't want to have this to happen. So the people in the boat who are on the lower part, they says, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a hole in the boat and we can get the water from there, and then we're not gonna bother you. And if the people on the higher level let the people on the lower level do that, meaning if you make a hole in the boat to get the water because you are being bothered by going up and down and making the life of the people on the higher status unpleasant and bad, then ultimately what's going to happen? The boat will drown and sink. The boat will sink. So it is the responsibility of the people on the higher level to take care of the people on the lower level in all aspects of life, and don't let the people, if you have the authority to break the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not to make a hole in the boat. That means you don't break the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in any aspect of your life. It will affect you and it will affect everyone in the boat. And Rasulullah is saying that if the people on the higher level leave the people on the lower level and says we have nothing to do with them, ultimately the whole boat will be drowned and everybody will be destroyed. Everybody will be destroyed. So this is the way that we have to realize that whosoever Allah has given responsibility, whosoever Allah have given the authority, whosoever Allah has given the right and given the authority of ruling, meaning anyone who has been given the authority to rule is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then he need to realize that he has to take care of people at large in all aspects of life. He has to establish the justice. He needs to make sure that the people are being served in the best way that needs to be served, and the best way to serve is to establish the justice and to make sure they establish the hudud of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That will be the most important aspect. That means you establish the justice on the land. And then he has to make sure that he protect the people who are on the lower level. That means he protect the people who he is ruling in all aspect of life. He has to make sure that they give him good knowledge. So there has to be avenue for getting education. He needs to make sure that there are avenues in which everybody will have a job. He needs to make sure that people will be safe. And he needs to make sure that people worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has to establish La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. This is his job. And if he feels and he felt like that he has nothing to do, he got the seat and he got the power and now he will just make his own life good, ultimately he will be destroyed also. So we need to understand the importance of living in a society that these higher status, the issue about giving authority and power is in the hands of Allah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to test people in this way. Someone has given the authority, that is his test, and someone has not given the authority and needs to be protected by the other person, that's his test, that he needs to obey and he needs to make sure that he obey all the laws of the land and he needs to make sure that he does not create any kind of fitna. So we need to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us understand this beautiful aspect of community life, or a life in which everybody is protected when they establish justice. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.